Hey VC, how's it going? Right, okay. I hope you're all well, particularly during this crazy time. But hey ho, just got to get on with it, eh? So I've been away for a week. I've had a family holiday. That's another story. But while I've been away, I've been playing some Beatles cover versions on my phone. Yeah, I went down a bit of a wormhole. Yeah, and I think anybody's record collection, you know, if you've got records from the 60s, 70s, 80s, whenever, you know, so many artists during that period just pilfered the Beatles back catalogue. And I've got this afternoon, I've got home and I've just pulled out a load of Beatles cover versions and just been spinning those. It's been great fun. So I thought I'd quickly show three. I'm only going to show three because I want to keep the video short, but I will do a needle drop on each of them. So first up, Ike and Tina Turner, Working Together. This is their album, I think from 1970 on Liberty Records. I mean, Tina Turner at this point, her voice was as good as anybody. Just that sort of bluesy, soulful voice, so much power, so much passion. Yeah, she was absolutely incredible at this point, just purely, just electric she was. But this record has two Beatles covers on it. It finishes with a version of Let It Be. But there's also a lovely version of Get Back. It's all about Tina. I mean, obviously the band are great. I mean, Ike Turner, you know, whatever you think about him, you know, his bands were always as tight as you like. But her vocal is just incredible. I'll do a needle drop on that track. Absolutely wonderful stuff. You've probably heard that one, but yeah, very cool. But what sort of sent me down this sort of wormhole was this album. This is an album called Shades of Rock by The Shadows. Now, most people in the UK will know of The Shadows. They were Cliff Richard's backing band for a period, but they had some massive hits themselves throughout the 1960s into the 70s with a lot of instrumental tunes. This album's from 1970. And it includes some songs of that sort of period, but also some old rock and roll stuff. So stuff like Lucille, Johnny B. Good, that sort of stuff. But also some more recent stuff. They do a version of Get Back, River Deep Mountain High, Proud Mary. But I'm going to play a version of Paperback Writer. Yeah, I think it's quite a nice version. Perhaps not what you'd expect from The Shadows. They actually made some like really nice side tunes. They did a B-side, I think in about 65, 66. Called Scotch on the Socks, which has got a lovely big fuzz tone guitar on it, and this is a little bit like that. But yeah, perhaps not what you'd expect from The Shadows, but I think this is a really nice version, so I'll do a needle drop on that. And just finally, this isn't a cover version, but this is something that came out on Apple Records. This is Doris Troy. Now, Doris Troy, she had a hit with Just One Look, which I think the Hollies covered, didn't they? She also had a really big Northern Soul tune, I'll Do Anything He Wants Me to Do, which is probably one of the biggest Northern Soul tunes. It's yeah, a perfect example of Northern Soul music. But yeah, this album's very different. It's that sort of rock soul sort of sound, very much of that sort of it's coming out in 1970, so that sort of period. It is really like a who's who on this record. So you've got Delaney and Bonnie, Billy Preston, Ringo plays on it, George Harrison, Leon Russell's on it. You know, the list is endless. Stephen Stills wrote some of the songs. Jackie Lomax, who was on Apple as well, he wrote a couple of tunes. There's a few co-writes with George Harrison and Ringo, so everybody's involved on this record. But I think this is a really nice record. I bought this about 10-15 years ago and didn't really get into it, but recently I've been playing this one quite a bit. And a couple of years ago I found this magazine. This was in with a record actually. This is a Blues and Soul magazine, and this was just from the time sort of advertising this new record and talking about it. Nice Apple advert on the back there as well. But yeah, I say half the record's written by George Harrison. The track I'm going to play is a song called You Give Me Joy Joy, which is yeah, it's sort of a perfect example of what the album sounds like. So yeah, very cool. Cheers.